What up, Long Beach? Welcome back to your home for local sports. It's Tyler, and this CIF Masters Track video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company, the perfect place to cater your team's next event or your pre-Masters meal. Here we are under the lights at Cerritos College one last time in SoCal, getting us ready for the state meet up in Fresno next week. We start with the girls 4x1, an inauspicious start to this one. The Jackrabbits going to be in a competitive race here. Kenila Miles, the leadoff leg. Obviously a very talented field once you get this late in the game. Some of the fastest teams in the nation here in the southern section. Janae Smith on leg 2 after her long jump festivities. A very strong second leg from her, passing off to the junior Maya Perkins. Jackrabbits in pretty good shape at this point in the race, and Perkins gonna put on another strong third leg up until right about here. You can see she pulls up with a hamstring injury, isn't able to make the pass to Ariana Augustine on the anchor leg. We follow the leaders as Lauren Rain Williams, who attended Poly last year, now at Oaks Christian, she is going to pull away from the field, but obviously Augustine and the Jackrabbits distraught, unable to finish the race, and just brutal to see as Maya Perkins there down on the track. Heartbreaking start to this one. Best wishes to her and the rest of the Jackrabbits, of course. Now to the boys 4x1, the football relay from St. John Bosco. Berkeley Holman off to Real Mitchell, as the Braves here just looking to move on to state. They would be the first 4x1 to do so to qualify for state. Jordan Harris on leg 3, and the anchor is going to be Sean McGrew, the running back you know from our videos. He recently committed to Washington as a football player, but he can get it done on the track. As you can see, he's going to make some moves on the anchor. Very talented 4x1 here, but McGrew and the Braves are fourth, and they move on to state. Speaking of the Braves and the football team, Matt Katnick, who blocks for McGrew, is out here in the shot put, and simply put, he is that dude in the shot. One of 3 California high schoolers to ever go 70 feet, and both of his legal throws today were of 70 feet long. His best was 70, 11.5 inches, so he moves on to state, also qualified in the discus. That's what he does. Back to McGrew, the boys 100. McGrew was a state finalist last year, so looking to get back to that spot as he will motor along. Again, a very highly talented field. McGrew would finish 6th with a 10.79, and he is the final qualifier to move on to the state meet in the 100. Girls 16, La Mirada Junior Samantha Huerta and Warren Senior Lisa Vasquez in this race. One bad thing about the distance races is that Great Oaks' Destiny Collins has just been owning them. You see her right there out in front, but no reason you can't put up quality times working throughout the field, and Vasquez would pull ahead and end up finishing 5th with a 4:51.51, the fastest area mile time in 2 decades. Huerta unable to make it, but the junior will be back next year. In the girls' triple jump, Janelle Ainsworth from Long Beach Poly, fresh off her CIF championship, looking to qualify for state. She would with a 38.3 in 7th. Teammate Janae Smith was 5th in the long jump. Those are the only Poly athletes going to state. Don't see that often. Now to the boys 4, stay in the Moore League. Marie Harris for the Wilson Bruins, coming out in the whites. A very clean look here for Masters, and Harris is going to run a very good race, contending with superstar junior Michael Norman, but a second place finish for Marie, a 47.21. You can see after the race, he was pleased, definitely happy with that time, but he's like, man, I don't know how I'm going to catch you, but I'm going to try next week. Boys 800, teammate Copeland Laris for Wilson, Thomas Heap from Los Al, and Jaleel Norwood from Lakewood, so a busy race for the area. In the early going, it was Laris getting out early, trying to take a lead, the UC Berkeley-bound senior, and he stretched the field, but did run out of gas on that second lap, and he was right there to pass him, and the Griffin is going to take care of business. First place finish, 151.49. Laris in 5th with a 152.57. Norwood was 9th, missing state, but great showing from Hebe right there. Let's stay with those Griffins. We move to the girls 4. Ashley Willingham in this one. Didn't have a great showing at CIF, but a solid race here. Where there's a Willingham, there's a way, as she's able to take 4th with a 54.89. She was also on Los Al's 4x4 team that made it through to state later in the evening, so good job by Willingham. Another Griffin In the girls 800, Katie Izzo, she was in the lead after the first lap, as you see 1 lap to go, but fell back and ended up 9th, so did not qualify in this race. But the girls 32, did I mention Destiny Collins? Yeah, let her go. But back in the chase pack, K to the Izzo is going to work her way up. On the final lap, she moves into the top 6, which is where you need to be. She ends up finishing 5th with a 10:32.92, so she will move on to state, and she's a little tired. Now to the boys 4x4, this was the highlight of the night. Maria Harris, the leadoff leg for the Bruins, and they would make some noise in this one in lane 3, so one of the top teams, but also very quality opponents in this one. Copeland Laris is leg number 2, and they really get the Bruins off to a good start here. The third leg is Christopher Hall. He had been running anchor, but they made a change to their lineup, and boy did it pay off. Back and forth on this leg, but Hall is going to stay in front, and he gives it to the new anchor leg. That's Jacoby Hardy. Long hair don't care. And Hardy next door is going to open up a very big lead on the rest of the field. A great anchor from him. Even with Michael Norman coming back there for Vista Marietta, nobody is catching the Bruins, as Hardy is going to close it down. The time, 3:13.61. You can see they were just a little bit excited about it. That breaks the old Wilson School record by 2.5 seconds, just shattered it. Let us know how you feel, as this is a great time to come together as a team and peak, and those 4 Bruins are going to enjoy being at the top of that leaderboard for quite some time. Great performance, and a great way to close out Masters and head to the state meet, which is next week in Clovis. We want to thank our sponsors, Papalucci's, for helping put the Eat in 2nd Street and helping us bring you these local highlight videos. The sports season is almost over, but for the rest of the coverage in the Long Beach area, got to keep it locked right here.